What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Hope everybody is doing well. We're going to go over our friend Matic. I think I'm in a good mood today. Unfortunately, I do think a massive crash is coming in the markets. We could see a nice bounce first, but we'll get into it. So we're sitting at $1.09, but if you're trading, you can make money on the way down with shorting. So we can sign up to the Discord. Okay, let's get into it. We're sitting at $1.09. We're down about 0.3 on the day. We're seeing a market cap of 8.44 billion. 24-hour volume all the way down to 678 million. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to crypto.com, sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app. Grab one of the incredible Visa cards, cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives, $25 just for signing up through my referral. So we're going to start on the 4-hour time frame. So we had a nice little ascending triangle. We have broken down, but we're still maintaining a little bit of an uptrend on the 4-hour time frame. So if we do see a nice bounce here, levels of resistance to watch 113, 117, 126. We did break down from this falling wedge pattern. A couple of members in my Discord were seeing it as a descending triangle. So I will show you that. But what you do with a falling wedge, if it breaks down, you measure the body to get to your point of breakout, and that would take you all the way down to 89 cents. But currently, Matic is sitting on a strong level of support. If I show you right here, we saw a bounce from this level. We saw a little small bounce here. We broke down right here, but then when we came up, we hit resistance. So this is a pretty major level. So if we were able to see a little bit of bounce, we have this white box in between about $1.21 to $1.35. So if you were seeing this as a descending triangle, I will give you that breakdown target as well. You measure the body to get to your point of breakout, and that could take Matic all the way down here to about 94 cents. But I think the pattern to watch here is this massive head and shoulders. You can see we've already broken the neckline. So if we measure this pattern from the bottom all the way up to the top of the pattern, you take it to your point of breakout, which would be right around here. That could take Matic all the way down to 65 cents. Now, we may see a nice bounce in the meantime and push up to these levels of resistance, but I do think we'll most likely get rejected by the EMAs. Even if we were to break above the EMAs, I don't think it would last. And we begin to make our way down to this technical target of about 66 cents, which lines up with the summer lows. Now, as you can see on our indicators, money is flowing back in, and we're very in the floor on the RSI. That's why I do think there is a good opportunity to see a bounce first. Quite possible that we'll see a nice bounce before that happens. However, sometimes what happens is you'll just see a small relief bounce, something like this, some consolidation, and the RSI will recover just a little bit here before dropping once again. So that is a possibility, but it looks like money is flowing back in, and that can be an early indicator of a push back to the upside. Now, if we look at Ethereum, we're here on the weekly time frame. You can see we have this massive ascending channel. If you are seeing this as a bear flag, we are currently underneath the structural support just barely. We're also underneath the 55 EMA on the weekly. So if this does break down, we are in a technical target all the way down to 1594. Oh, sorry, that's not the technical target. That's a different pattern, which I'll show you here. But your bear flag technical target here would take you down, wow, pretty close to that. It would take you down to about 1520 from that bear flag. Now we have a massive head and shoulders pattern. Here's your left shoulder, here's your head, and here's your right shoulder. You can see we broke below the neckline here, but we threw back up and we've created that right shoulder. So if we lose support of about 2754, we start to backtest it as resistance, we would be in a technical target all the way down to about 1594, and you can see that lines up with the support here of this previous swing low, and it's also very, very close to these wicks. So what we can do here is take our Fibonacci from this previous swing low up to the swing high, and you can see it's just below the 1.618 extension, coming in at 1594. We could possibly come all the way down here to the 2 extension, which is coming in at 1460, and looks like there's a little bit of support in this area. But what may happen here is we come down to the 1.618, we wick down to this technical target before seeing that recovery back to the upside. We do have that bearish divergence on the RSI on the weekly, and we still have room to come down. As usually with these divergences, they come all the way back down to oversold. So if we pop over to our next chart, which is on the 4-hour time frame, in the short term, we can definitely see a nice bounce here. As we've broken out of this falling wedge pattern, we back tested it as support. We're not seeing a huge amount of volume here, but if we do push up, we could push up to the top of this wedge coming in at 2974. As you can see, bullish divergence, falling wedge, we broke out, we back tested it, and we've seen a nice little push. Currently, we got rejected by the 55 EMA. We're not seeing a huge increase in volume, which can be an indication of a fake out here, but this bullish divergence does signify that the bears are running out of strength. So if we do see a nice push, we could push up to about 2974. Now, if we do continue to drop here, I'm just going to pop back over into this chart. I would expect you to come back down to this level of support, which is coming in about 2704, and then basically you have these swing lows, which are coming in at about 25. Let me give it a little price target. You know, I like to give my little price targets. Coming in at about 2531, which were the January and February lows for ETH. And if we look at the Ethereum short positions, they're continuing to increase here, which is an early indication of continued sell-off, especially when we pop open the Ethereum longs. If we look at the Ethereum long positions, ETH USD longs, you can see absolutely no movement with the longs. So if you see this start to increase quite rapidly, that could lead to a bounce for ETH. But the fact that the longs are not increasing at all while the shorts are continuing to push up here is an early indication of a move to the downside and continued sell-off for ETH. But in the short term, we could definitely see a nice push up to 274. If we were to break that level of resistance and keep pushing up here, then ETH could push all the way back up to these levels of resistance, about 2966 and about 3183. However, we have printed the bearish cross of the 20-week moving average underneath the 50-week, this white line, the 20, and this pink line is the 50. And as you can see, if we scroll all the way back here to the previous bear market, when we had the bearish cross, that was an early indication of continued sell-off, as you can see right here. So we've just printed the bearish cross once again, which is an early indication of continued sell-off, and I would expect us to come back down to the summer lows in between about 1600 here to about 1951, which were the summer lows. And if we come down and we break these lows, we can target the previous all-time high, which is coming in at 1376 from the previous bull market. As you can see here, that was the previous high before we went into the bear. So that's pretty much it for Matic and ETH. If it brought you some value, make sure to smash that like button, and definitely check out the Discord, where we have over 1900 members now, posting chart patterns, talking all things crypto. We have the DCA trade strategy fully explained, the DCA charts for a very simple trading method on the channel, buy and take profit zones if you want to start dollar cost averaging. And at the $10 membership, my exact entries, exits, take profits. If you want to trade with me, sign up to Bybit, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.